Welcome back to the Wheelchair Travel Opinion. We are going to do a little review and some information about us traveling in airlines. Any airline. Of your favorite airline. Doesn't matter. But here in the UK, we already know Delta has developed a seat and a spot for wheelchair users to come in and back up, and they will be strapped down to the airplane seat. They're working on their certification, so that is awesome. Here in the United States, with a conglomeration of organizations and universities, we are also working on a seat and a spot for wheelchair users to sit in specific spots in the front, probably around the bulkhead area. So they're still working on that. It seems like in 2025, 2026, it will be introduced gradually, and they also have to work towards their certification and their approval by the DOT, by the FAA, all the big organizations that work with airlines to make sure they are compliant with everything that has to do with disabilities. So things are moving along. I won't mention the details of it. I will put the link down below in the description box so you can kind of look at it and read the pieces you want to read, so that you know what dates are coming up for all of this to happen, because it is our future, our near future, 25, 26. These things will start to happen. Some announcements will start to happen, and that is awesome for us and for the airlines, because it will stop the ongoing breakage of wheelchairs, being put in the cabin down below and then getting broken somehow, or being taken out and being broken, or the people, the workers not being able to pick it up and breaking it. So all of that we have gone through for years, people. So we are very enthusiastic about the testing, and it seems like they're getting there. Things are going well in all of this, and the DOT is being more strict with airlines and their blind eye when it comes to helping people with disabilities. And they have fined one of the airlines, American Airlines. So that sends a message to other airlines to buckle down and answer to the needs of the people with disabilities that are traveling in their aircraft, and when they're entering and exiting as well. So they have to do that and get into a positive and a good pattern to do that. And once these spots for wheelchair users are in place, I think we're going to see a big change. Everybody, of course, needs training. When I'm in a bus or when I go in a van, I'm checking the straps to make sure they have all the straps in the bus. When I go on the bus, I make sure they do the back straps, which they always do. But sometimes they get a little loose when it comes to the front strap, and I explain to them. They start walking away. I say, well, you forgot the front strap, because my casters, the front wheels, are not don't have brakes. And if you don't buckle down my casters, then when you turn or swerve, then my wheelchair is going to do the same. So you always have to, so I go through all that, and then they remember. So, and I know that I always notify the bus company of what happened, what was the discussion, what was the bus number, so that they can tighten a bit their training. So all that has to happen for the airlines as well. They need to be trained in how to buckle down the wheelchair user and make sure they do all 4 points in an extra one if possible. But I don't think so. I think it's just going to be the 4 points. And they might have another strap, up above. But we'll see what they do because, I'm sure they looked at the other types of straps from the buses and the trains that are already set in stone that we use all the time. So now they have to just double that a bit because they have to test for turbulence, they have to test for emergency landings, they have to test for all that, and how they will put on the straps as normal, but then if they have an emergency exit, how to unbuckle us quickly so we can get out. So, or they might have to pick us up. And I think if they have to pick us up, we should all consider a safety sling to put underneath us so that if there is an emergency and if they have to take us out of the plane, that there are straps on the sling. They can just pick us up and take us out without wasting any time, without having to put one on underneath us. No, none of that. That all of us, consider getting one of these safety slings to already put underneath us, that we're ready, that we have it, and that the airlines would not have to worry about, moving someone to putting a sling underneath them, that we would already come with one ready. So for those who will remain in our wheelchairs, some come in wheelchairs, but they can get up and walk short distances. So that wouldn't apply. But I think that for us who are permanently in wheelchairs, to have that sling so that the staff in an emergency can pick us up and take us out. And no waste of seconds, minutes, and nothing. So I will post a picture here of those type of safety slings. Anyway, I think that it is awesome that they are going through all this testing and taking it back to the lab and answering questions and going through the testing again. It is so important for us. And I think financially on both sides, on your end and on my end and on the airline's end, it is critical for all these costs and breakage issues to begin to change and to be eliminated. I think we are an industrial country above and beyond, and we can figure this out. The UK is also an industrial country above and beyond, and they also have the skills to figure this out. And other countries such as Germany and Switzerland, and I'm hoping that they also catch on and begin to make their own designs for wheelchair systems to be able to, for us to come on the airplane like everybody else with our wheelchair and be buckled down, and for their no issue whatsoever. So this is good news for you and for me. I wish that the whole system would be ready to be used in 2025, but they're saying 2025, 2026. So we just have to be patient. I want to be one of the first ones to drive onto the aircraft and be buckled down and travel somewhere. I don't care where. But to experience this, in a way that, it'll be a breakthrough. For me, it'll be a breakthrough, and we will I think aviation will change permanently for all of us. And I just want to suggest to the airlines and to the teams and companies that are working on this to make sure that they also include a little bridge for us to get over, because there will be a gap between the airplane and the corridor in which we exit. There's going to be a space, and we don't want our wheels to get stuck in there. So, so I think it'll be important for them to at least put down a bridge for us to get over safely. And maybe that works for everybody, even the people who are walking on to the airplane. It'll work, to walk over that bridge. I can just put it down once, and then everybody can cross safely without getting dizzy, without getting their foot stuck. And we can also roll over that bridge, and then there won't be any struggle of anybody having to pick us up and putting us over that gap between the corridor and the aircraft. So I want to put that out there, because I think I put it out there at one point when I was talking about something else. But truly, this will be, I don't know. I would plan a trip to Hawaii or something, like over my dead body. But truly, or Canada, a short trip over to Canada, it'll be awesome. Very, very, very awesome. I think of other things like, transportation in the next country to be able to pick us up and take us somewhere. It'll be awesome. So, there's money to be had. There's money to be made outside of this circle, like more accessible vans to pick us up and take us to XYZ, accessible taxis to take us wherever we need to go, hotels to really work on their accessibility. So there is a chain reaction. There should be a chain reaction to all of this. And I think that those who are really into the hotel industry to put out the word, hey, more people with wheelchairs are going to be coming our way, so we should do XYZ. And for the taxi industry and for private accessible van companies to say, hey, we need to be attentive to this, because then there's going to be more wheelchair users coming into our country, into our town, and we need to be ready for that. So it's a chain reaction. It's not just the airplane and just us being able to get on the airplane, but to be able to get off the airplane and go somewhere. So, I think of my family, they want to get a scooter and all that kind of stuff, and that would be okay. But I also want to bring my own wheelchair, because it just is made for me, and I am comfortable in it. So we'll see. But know that financially, this is, it'll be a breakthrough outside of our regular tickets, our airplane tickets. There'll be support for us, hopefully, and then we need to get out the word to other industries to be ready for when we start flying more, and for them to be able to take us from point A to point B, and to truly enjoy life more, be able to get to work more and safely. All right, folks, that was it. I'm hoping if you have any statements that you want to put down, please feel free to put down below. Always in the description box, there's going to be the link for documents referring to this work of the airplanes in where they're at in terms of the special spots for us to be strapped down. Also, If you want to give a gift to me for the holidays, feel free to subscribe and to like and to make comments and to share. That always helps the channel. And I invite all of you to be good and to be kind to others. And I'll see you in the next one.